Today I'm going to talk about what Kevin Durant did last summer and what LeBron James did in 2010 with his decision. Now, you can say that there's differences between the two. You can argue which one was better, which one was worse, probably depending on whether you are a Warriors fan or a LeBron James fan. That's okay. Both LeBron and KD left the team that drafted them to join up with superstar players so they could have a better chance at winning a ring. I do believe that both LeBron and Durant took the easy way out. But championship chasing is nothing new. Clyde the Glide had a great career with the Blazers before he left to win a championship with the Houston Rockets. Gary Payton had a great career with the Sonics. He left to try to win a championship with the Lakers and then eventually did get a ring in Miami. Both Karl Malone and Charles Barkley had good careers and tried to go to another team to win a championship at the end. So what those guys did was nothing new. They didn't invent this ring chasing idea. But the difference between these other guys in the 90s and Kevin Durant, LeBron, and really a lot of people, you see it happening all the time now, people joining together to make these super teams that they're talking about, is these guys wait till the end of their careers in the 90s. They tried to wait until they did everything they could. They put in, 10, 15 years, giving everything they had, and then if at the end they didn't have a ring, then they would join another team and give it one last go with some other great players. Durant and LeBron both did it like in the prime of their careers because they were sick of people saying they couldn't win a championship and they wanted to just win one now. I do think both LeBron and Kevin Durant took the easy way out. I think that's a generational thing. I do think that a big reason why they did that and why you see it more and more in the NBA is because of millennials. It's the way we're wired, it's the way we're built. LeBron's a little bit older than I am, Durant's a little bit younger than I am. We're probably on maybe the older end of what is a millennial, but this is the way that our generation does things. Instant is almost not fast enough. People my age and younger never didn't have a microwave in their home. So the idea of getting your food heated up in 30 seconds is not even a big deal to us anymore. That's just the way it is. We have the world's information at our fingertips right here on our phones at all times. For the most part, across the board, millennials don't see the value in hard work. Now that sounds terrible. On the surface, you guys might think that sounds harsh, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I think it can actually be a really good thing because where maybe our parents' generation would punch a clock 9 to 5, Monday through Friday for 40 years just to earn a paycheck, a millennial, at the end of the day, if they don't feel like they've accomplished something, we have a hard time going home at the end of the day. It can be a good thing because it makes you work that much harder because you have to achieve something. I'm not okay just punching a clock, but also it can help you kind of look for fulfillment in life. If there's one thing that I think is very true about millennials almost across the board is they're looking for purpose, for results. They're looking for something to be accomplished. They're looking for, when they search a career, when they're trying to find out what to do with their lives, they're looking for passion and purpose, and they don't want to just punch a clock because they don't see the value in a hard work in and of itself. We don't like to work just to work. We want results. So if you're a church or a nonprofit that's looking to raise money, the way to get money from millennials is to show them the value of their work, to show them that their work is doing something. They don't necessarily just give money just to give money, just because, oh, it's a good thing. A church is good, so they should get my money. They want to see the results. They want to see the lives being changed by the money that they're giving. So that's just a quick side note. But I'm not giving millennials a complete pass because I think it also can be a bad thing. I'm not a farmer, so I don't know how they see things, but I would guess if there's a farmer that's a millennial, so like 35-ish or younger, they probably don't have this in common with the rest of their generation because a farmer understands something that we don't. See, when a farmer plants a seed into the ground, they don't see results right away. They continue to go out there and water that seed even when it looks like nothing is happening. It's just dirt, and they keep watering that dirt. And then one day they go out there and they see something poking through. They see a little bit of green. And the trust in that seed that it takes for a farmer to plant the seed and then continue to water day after day and not seeing results is something that's very uncommon in our generation. How do you continue to work towards something when you don't see progress? I know this is something that I struggle with a lot. When you don't see results, where do you get the discipline to keep doing it? How do you keep watering that seed when you don't see any growth? I don't know the answer, but I do know that you have to continue to press on and persevere. If you believe that God has told you something, you cannot give up on it just because you're not seeing results. You gotta keep going and keep pressing, because like that seed in the ground, there's things happening that you can't see, that you don't know about. And if you give up on it and you let that seed die in the ground, you'll never see the harvest that it could be. You'll never see the great results that could be there, that are hidden in that seed, that are under the ground that you're not looking at. And if you believe in God and you believe that God told you to do this, then you gotta understand that He's working things out in the background that you can't see. See, God is constantly moving. I think we're sitting here waiting for God to do something. And He's like, I'm doing something. I'm moving. You don't see it right now, but trust me, be patient. If you've ever seen anyone that you think is an overnight success, believe me, they're not. There are so many hours that they've put in behind the scenes that nobody ever knows about. Usually when a musician makes it big, they've been working and working for years on their music, writing music, playing music, going to clubs and bars, performing their music. But all it takes is one person to notice you, and the right person to see you and think you're good and sign you, or it takes that one hit song and you blow up and you become a big deal. Don't give up because you're not seeing the results right now. Is there something that you're working on that you're not seeing progress? Something that you believe that God's told you to do that is a passion of yours and you're not seeing results and you want to just quit and give up? I know it's not easy, but if you believe in God, then you have to trust Him and believe that He is working things out in the background. So keep pressing, keep pushing, keep working, because I promise you the results will come if you don't give up.